certain clips and music are being used under fair use. Fair use, fair use.
We finally have an October surprise, the first of what I think will probably be several. This coming while Joy is officially gone from the Kamala campaign. Joy has left the building. Kamala is just completely lost, her campaign in a tailspin, and now they're getting desperate. For a second straight day, Kamala's official schedule, which comes out in the morning, with no public campaign events to start the day, which is really bizarre, and I could do a whole monologue about that. But then at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, standing in front of the Naval Observatory, the official residence of the vice president, Kamala said this.
So yesterday we learned that Donald Trump's former chief of staff, John Kelly, a retired four-star general, confirmed that while Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him. It is deeply troubling and incredibly dangerous that Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler, the man who is responsible for the deaths of 6 million Jews and hundreds of thousands of Americans. All of this is further evidence for the American people of who Donald Trump really is. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is.
Well, he's not really Adolf Hitler, Mrs. Vice President. I guarantee you that, because we can look back not so long ago at the 4 years that Trump was in office, and he didn't do any of that Adolf Hitler-y stuff that you're talking about. By the way, everything she just said is based on something that could be a lie. We have no way of knowing because it's a he said in this case. So this is where we are today. 13 days away from the election. We knew this stuff was coming. Kamala is losing. She knows it. Her campaign knows it. The media knows it. And when you look at this stuff, and when you're backed up against a wall like she is, desperate times call for desperate measures. Enter this October surprise. Jeffrey Goldberg, a longtime Trump hater, claimed in The Atlantic yesterday that 4 years ago, Trump said, quote, "I need the kind of generals that Hitler had," and that Trump was infatuated with Hitler. This according to a former chief of staff, retired General John Kelly. The story makes no mention of the fact that Trump fired Kelly, tweeting when it happened, quote, "When I terminated John Kelly, which I couldn't do fast enough, he knew full well that he was in over his head. Being chief of staff just wasn't for him. He came in with a bang and went out with a whimper, but like so many exes, he misses the action and just can't keep his mouth shut." That coming from Donald Trump back in 2020. And when someone gets fired publicly like that, especially a retired four-star general used to everybody doing what they say in a really public way, that person is usually pretty upset. Maybe that person's got an axe to grind. Maybe that person doesn't want to see the guy who fired him become president of the United States again. So maybe that person, and I'm talking about John Kelly here, would lie, would make something up, would extend the truth a little bit for the sake of a story. Yes, guess what? Generals can do that. Generals are human. Generals can lie. And by the way, this was 2020. That's the end of Trump's term. Don't you think it's relevant to note that Trump didn't do any of that Hitler stuff the previous 4 years while he was president? Does that matter? No. The media could care less. MSNBC, CNN, ABC, all jumping on this story with gusto today.
The most damning critiques of Donald Trump and the most dire warnings about what it would mean if he came back into the White House came from people who served him closest in his administration. All of these people have come out to issue dire warnings about Donald Trump.
And the things that were said are not extraordinary. That's exactly what a meeting with Donald Trump sounds like. His disposition towards members of the military was that they were toy soldiers. And if they didn't comply with his orders, he didn't want them there.
This is a desperate measure trying to warn the American people not to re-elect this man because John Kelly knows him up close.
You can expect a lot more of that over the next 2 weeks. Journalism teetering at best before today, but you can throw that out the window until the election. The media now totally in the can for Kamala Harris, and they're going to do anything they can to get their girl elected. And John Kelly, again, claims this happened 4 years ago. Why are we hearing about this right now? 13 days before the election. Why not 3 years ago or 2 years ago or 1 year ago or 6 months ago? Do you think if Trump wasn't running for president, this story would come out right now?
Ladies and gentlemen.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
12 days. 12 days until the election. 12 days, counting them down. Counting down the end to all the madness. Hopefully the end to all the hate going on in this country. But I digress. Speaking of hate, with 12 days to go, well, 13 days to go yesterday, Kamala Harris come out with the Hitler references. Hitler! Nazis! Trump said he wanted Nazi generals. Well, okay. Whenever you invoke Hitler or Nazis into a political argument, whether you're trying to cite Hitler as evil, or actually a bunch of people online citing him as a nice guy, right? You're a retard. That's it. You've gone full fucking retard. You are not worth listening to anymore. Period. Now, Jeff Goldblum, who writes for The Atlantic, real liberal rag, Jeff Goldblum wrote that Trump, and I'm not going verbatim here, he wrote Trump wanted, or said he wanted, Nazi generals and this Army veteran that was murdered, a girl in the Army that was murdered, drug her family into it, and lots of bad shit going on with this, man. Totally disgusting, typical Kamala Harris kind of bullshit. So, Jeff Goldblum cites, of course, an anonymous source. Well, look, guys, if somebody is citing anonymous sources with 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 days till election, that tells you that they're dropping it this late because it cannot be disproven in time. The Democrats are playing the art of the big accusation. Going to be that October surprise. Here you go. Here's one. I think there will be more. General Kelly, former chief of staff, his name's been brought up. He can suck my dick. Trump fired him. You know, when you get fired, yeah, maybe you're a little bit bitter. Bitter. But look, the Hitler bullshit. People wonder why. All these so-called lone wolves, all these so-called, crazy people with nothing to do with the CIA or the Democratic Party, all these people have been trying to kill Trump. You wonder why he got shot. You're calling him Hitler. Threat to democracy. Okay. Since you brought Hitler up, let's do a little talking here, okay? Hitler was a socialist. Hitler believed in abortion on demand, forced abortion. Yeah. Hitler based his politics on hate. He singled out a specific group, said they were responsible for all the evils of the world, and sent them to gas chambers. But he sent them to camps first. Yeah, what else? Hitler was for socialized medicine. Oh boy. Oh boy, Hitler liked equity and equal outcomes for his preferred groups. Uh-oh. Sounds a lot like Kamala Harris's platform, don't it? You want to call somebody a fascist? Remember, a fascist is a dictator that works hand in hand with corporations to rule and manipulate the people. Well, last I looked, it was a Democratic Party, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, colluding with all of big tech to decide what we can and can't say. Direct assault on our First Amendment. Little food for thought. Enjoy this news report I got up here. I'll see you all later. 12 days to go. Make sure you go out and vote early if you can. Boom. I'm out.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.